You're listening to Mix Off Air with Duffy Moon, Amber Kay, Camper Kyle, and Kelsey Lorenz. And now, you probably don't care, but...
You're saying that Kyle's a woman?
Well, I have a theory. Kelsey and I have a theory that Kyle is we had a theory he was a reincarnated person. That's why he acts like an old person.
Yeah.
Well, then we realized he also acts like a woman. So we think he's a reincarnated woman.
Do not act like
He's a reincarnated woman from the 20s.
Yeah.
The 1920s.
Yeah. And so we have a running list, actually, that we're adding to for evidence. And when we have enough, we're going to present it.
Can you give me one or two at least so I can... Because I really want to jump on this bandwagon.
Yesterday he saw a picture.
Don't talk about that.
What's her name?
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Alba.
Jessica
and
Alba.
says, man, I wish I looked like her.
It wasn't. You're lacking context.
And then earlier,
So in other words, he didn't say, man, I would love to, get together with her.
He said, I wish I could look like her.
For a day.
For a day. Just one
Hey,
day.
Kyle, that doesn't make it better.
Come on.
And then Kelsey said she wanted to kidnap James McAvoy.
Yeah.
And Kyle goes, oh, let me know because I want in on that.
For the ransom money. I don't care about him. I just want the
But
ransom
I
money.
wasn't putting him up for ransom, man.
And then to disprove us further, for the podcast, he said he had an idea. And what was it you wanted to talk about, Kyle?
Well, now that you prefaced it like that, I think we can talk about something different. Anything other than where certain wedding traditions come from.
So Kyle is the one who actually ran around the house with the pillowcase on his head, pretending he was the bride.
Dun, 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 dun. Alex, be my groom. Dun, dun, dun.
Mom! Alex said that I can't do the garter bouquet toss.
What?
The garter toss where he takes it off with his mouth.
You didn't even know what that was.
What?
You never heard of it?
You've never heard? Well, okay. To be fair, here on this episode of Mix Off Air, 2 of us are married with children, 2 are not. So
I'm working on it. Right?
Kelsey has a plan for that. It involves kidnapping James McAvoy. I heard that. And Camper Kyle is also a single fella. Yeah. But Amber and I have both been married and have kids and all of that. So you just want to know what you got to do to get married?
No. It's where
Let me tell you, man.
Well, no. This is where certain
Are you going to tell him?
Because Kelsey's like, I am on point 3 of my 10-point plan.
You best believe.
only point 3. This is about how certain traditions got started and where they originate from. Like, for instance, why you shouldn't see the bride before the wedding.
I've always wondered, because I would like to do the pictures before.
It's actually quite interesting.
Amber, I'm sorry. I'm so on board with you.
Come on, this is neat. This isn't just a girl thing. This is neat.
In all of my years, I've never once thought, I wonder where all those wedding traditions came from.
It's not like I was just thinking it. I was scrolling down Huffington Post, and there it was. It was an article.
I was scrolling down Women's Day magazine, and there it was. All right.
Are you guys interested in this or not? Because I don't have to present it.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I have the piece of paper right here. I don't have to talk about it.
Hey,
You're
Kyle.
so moody.
We synced up.
It's like every 28 days, Camper Kyle gets cranky. Kyle.
What does that mean?
Oh, my head hurts.
Kyle, I'm really curious. Why is it that you're never supposed to see the bride before the wedding?
Well, what's funny is all of the stuff I'm about to tell you is mostly, it all has to do with one thing, but I'll just say it. So back when the weddings were more of like a business thing, like
transaction,
it's like a business transaction,
selling the daughter,
right? Well, and the kid, the guy too. It was sometimes mutually bad for both of them. And one of the reasons why you couldn't see the bride before the wedding is because, well, you didn't really know what they looked like, and so they had a problem of brides and grooms running away after seeing who they were going to marry because they're like, oh, you're not
So now we know what Camper Kyle was searching. What do I do if my future bride runs away when she sees me?
Yeah, you just don't look at each other before the wedding. Now, I would like to also say that I can't confirm all these. There's there's always sometimes like an individual or a group of people who want to like trash traditional values, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't that. This is just interesting stuff that happened at one time and that you can probably trace back to the origin of things.
Well, of course, you're tracing way back to like when people traded 3 goats and a chicken for their daughter's hand in marriage.
His first marriage.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
So
No, Kyle. Because he's reincarnated.
yeah, I get it. No, I get
okay.
it.
yeah, right. And this goes into why brides traditionally have veils over their face. It's not only so you can't see the bride right up until the moment of the marriage, but it's also to hide the bride from jealous onlookers, the evil eye.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and also runaways.
And kidnappers. So sometimes they would have like they'd have multiple ones wearing veils so that the people didn't know who the real bride was, so they couldn't kidnap her for ransom.
How bad does that stink, though? If all that's true, think about it. Way back when all of this came about, and you're the groom, and you've never seen the person that you're going to marry, and the same vice versa. But the groom didn't wear a veil; the bride did, and then boom, you lift the veil, and there, standing before you, is the back,
just a uggo, you know.
I mean, we're talking total dumpster fire, and
because they didn't have makeup.
Yeah.
Beauty is from within.
Right.
But at that point, a lot of times they didn't even know each other, right? I mean, the bride and groom, they didn't even know each other.
I would love to see the looks on their faces, especially if both of them weren't exactly the most attractive people in the village.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to see the look on their faces when the veil was lifted up and they go, oh,
whoa. That's when they would turn and run away.
Right.
There's lots of affairs.
Well, funny enough, that's about the veil too. If you let your friend wear the veil, that means that she's going to run off with your future husband.
Oh.
So don't let your friend wear your veil.
I'm already.
Or else she'll take you.
Kelsey, why are you writing notes over there? I think this is all stuff that just...
You know, some of our friends are questionable. You know? No. I'm just kidding.
And what you were saying about kidnappers, that's also why bridesmaids were around, is they were meant to confuse the exes and potential kidnappers, and they were meant to outsmart evil spirits who were trying to ruin the wedding, so they'd go after the bridesmaid instead of the bride. So being a bridesmaid, scary work, apparently.
Yeah, but the bridesmaid always wears the ugly dress, and the bride wears the pretty dress.
That actually hasn't been up until recently. Recently, that's a more recent thing.
That's just because the bride doesn't want them to, like, if she has hot friends, she doesn't want them to look better than she does.
And I stand behind that 100%. This is my day.
You're absolutely right, by the way.
Kelsey's bridesmaids are going to wear gray pantsuits.
They are. They're going to wear what you put your dress in, those suits that you hold the clothes.
It's like potato sacks.
Thank you.
And the best man, by the way, this, like I said, most of these traditions come from people running away from the marriage. The best man was a kidnapper, and he was charged with keeping the bride on the vicinity until the marriage, and he was instructed to kidnap the bride if necessary to keep her for the wedding day.
Oh my gosh.
So forced marriage.
Yeah, forced marriage.
Yeah.
Basically, so good on the best man. So when you're choosing your best man, make sure he's strong and burly, so he can,
he's stronger than your bride.
Stronger
There
than
you
your
go.
bride.
I was about to say it.
Yeah.
Is that a fat joke or?
Which in Camper Kyle's case, it's going to be a 50-50, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, look, we'll see. We'll see. Throwing of the flowers, throwing of a bouquet.
Yeah.
There's actually a couple ones, but a couple ones that this could be. The one I like the most, though, was, of course, it's a runaway distraction. So if the bride isn't liking what's going on, she throws the bouquet up, everyone looks up, and she darts and takes off. And that's what they were saying. That's how this started.
I feel like you're researching this so you know what to look for.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Like, bouquet's going up. Where's she going?
Yeah, she's out. Another reason was...
Again, can you imagine being the poor groom?
Yes.
You're like, hey, here he comes. And then, hey, honey, look, honey.
No, I
Best
can't
man,
imagine.
get over here. And then Charles, kidnap her. That's how it usually would go.
Yeah, she's being held against her will. What do you mean, poor groom?
This podcast is a cry for help.
Maybe if you married someone who actually wanted to get married and he didn't have to keep her locked away on the premises.
Hey, look, times were tough back then, guys. Times were tough.
Yeah.
And the last but certainly not least on this one, the cake cutting. Now, here's how it goes. This is the tradition, right? This is
Duffy's favorite part.
Yeah, I am very much taking notes and locked in on this.
You are.
So the bride will put the hand on the knife, and the groom will put the hand over the bride's hand
to keep her from stabbing him.
Nope. And then cut.
Wow.
But
That makes sense, though.
That just turned all kinds of horror movie.
Yeah. No, but then they both push down in a show of unity and whatever, and it's supposed to symbolize the breaking of the bride's innocence as a way of
As
putting it.
as they cut through the cake.
Yeah, and so basically it's to indicate what's going to go on that night.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I guess the consummation.
Okay, there's nothing innocent about the cake cutting. I
that's what I'm
don't
saying.
agree with that at all. What about the smashing in each other's face? That's where I thought we were
when
going
she
with
gets
this.
a cake and then smashes it in his face,
Yeah,
is that
was
part of
not, that was
same
not,
reasoning?
Yeah, that was not around back then. A whole bunch actually. Could be though.
Ever.
That could be what manifested.
Kelsey, don't encourage.
I actually don't get that.
No, nor do we need to go any further on that. Okay, so thank you, Camper Kyle, for that copious research on weddings. And,
what cut of dress is your favorite?
What cut?
are you more of a princess or an A-line?
What does that mean?
Do you like the mermaid cut?
A-line? What are you guys talking about?
Look, he's already starting to research now.
No, I mean like what?
It's the Mix Crew. Hang out with us on Mix 107.5 all day, every day, and right here on Mix Off Air.